Hi, you're watching Asian Tarot Queen. I am Elisa, here to do a reading. I haven't been doing as many readings recently because I've been really busy, but this is actually the second one I'm doing in the month of February, which is a lot. I did do a reading for the year of 2024, which I'll link up here, and I did one for January for the month, and I also did one for February for the month. I know that January was about justice coming for a messy situation. I don't remember what the theme for February was. I'll have to go back and look, but I'll link that up here as well. This flipped out the Five of Swords, so that's, Five of Wands, conflict, but something shifting, and then we got the Five of Swords and the Queen of Wands when I did the split, so that's interesting. Obviously there's a conflict at the root of this. I should also mention that this is a reading for the full moon in February, which is a full moon in Virgo, which happens to be my sign. So some conflict, and it looks like there's gonna actually be a resolution to this conflict, but there's probably gonna be like winners and losers. That's a reading from a long time ago. And then we have this Queen of Wands. So this is a fiery queen. This is a manifestor. This is someone that can manifest energy into making things happen, you know. So interesting. When I pull her down, we get the Nine of Wands, King of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Fool. So it looks like this Queen of Wands is getting a new beginning. From the resolution of this conflict is going to result in a new beginning for this Queen of Wands. It looks like she's really been through the ringer, but there is some truth that is coming that's going to blow this situation up. It's going to allow her to step forward into a new offer, new beginning, some tangible. This could be like a work opportunity, some kind of opportunity that's coming. Put down her burdens and take a leap of faith into the unknown. So that is happening. Then when I take this down, so this probably speaks to how this conflict is being resolved. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Magician. We have the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is this conflict that's being resolved, and it looks like this has been happening in slow motion since, you know, maybe even before the beginning of the year, but it obviously showed up in the monthly readings, that there was some situation that was being justified. It's gonna allow for, like, you know, a moment of rest, a moment of just sort of taking a time out and reevaluating. But, you know, someone's gonna have to kind of stand up for their rights and manifest this justice, like bring karma, bring things into balance, you know, like somebody, whatever this is off kilter right now. Like someone's giving more than they're receiving, someone's taking more than they're giving, and the situation needs to be brought into balance. And, you know, obviously there's resistance to that happening, but that's what's ultimately going to happen. And because there is resistance to this being brought into balance, it's almost like it's gonna require force to be brought into balance. So that's kind of what I'm getting. So That's interesting. Let's see. We're going to go to the Mystical Shaman next. We'll pick some cards there. See what we get for this full moon in Virgo. Like maybe this conflict or whatever is going to climax around that time. Oops. Okay, that flipped out. All right. Okay. So this flipped out, the serpent. So this is a card of Kundalini energy rising. It's a card of empowerment. It's a card of coming into one's power. I mean, that kind of speaks to almost like, you know, if someone's in a situation that's unjust, you know, when they come into their power, like part of that is sort of like almost like this person's going to demand justice for themselves. And then we have the Witness, which that kind of speaks to, you know, we have all this conflict and all this resistance, but I think with the Witness, it's like the person who is actually in the right in this situation. It's like they don't really need to almost do anything. The resistance is going to be coming from the person who's trying to hang on to the power, but you know, is taking more than they deserve from the situation. This person has kind of already done the work. Like they've healed the wound within themselves, which they've learned the lesson that they've needed to learn from this situation. So it's like almost like the truth is like evident in this situation. So they don't even really need to do anything other than speak the truth, because it's already evident, you know. So all they need to do is like allow it to unfold, you know. And then we have the Coyote, which is a card of like trusting in life's detours. So like, you know, things aren't going to necessarily work out like how one might expect. Like a lot of times when there's like a conflict of this nature, like there's not a straight line out of it, you know. There's like this explosive energy. So there's going to be some like unpredictable stuff that's going to happen, and that is part of the shift, you know. So like it's okay, you know, it's not going to happen in a linear way. Obviously there's a lot of emotions involved, and that's okay. Like everything's gonna come out in the wash in the end, but like it looks like it might be a little topsy-turvy. It's gonna be like, you know, some drama that's gonna be playing out here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the angels and ancestors, see what the angels and ancestors are saying about this. Ooh, never seen this card before. This is the first one. Okay, so Fire Guardian, ignite your passions, and Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. So what I'm getting, what I just heard was don't hold back. Like, don't hold yourself back. This energy is going to come up, and don't hold yourself back, because that's what's going to keep you stuck in this situation. Allow things to shift, allow it to transform, and don't be afraid to let your gifts be seen. That's gonna actually help for this thing to be move forward. So like, as they say, like, don't hold back, you know, leave everything on the field. Like, put everything out there, you know, like, don't dim your light to fit in, you know, just let it be what it is, and let it go, you know, let her rip. We'll just say that. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Urban Tarot, and let's see what we get here. This does look like a major climax. Oops, this just flipped out. Justice, which seems pretty fitting considering what we've been talking about. Oh my gosh, the Eon, so that's like Judgment. It's pretty epic here. Pretty epic story. Oh, there's another flipper. So at the bottom we have Prudence. So this person is like diligently working. You know, this is a skilled worker, you know, they're doing their thing. They're diligently working, you know, so that's happening in the background while all of this drama is playing out. We have Justice, we have the Judgment, the Eon card. So this is like a point of reckoning. Like, this is like moving into a new story. We have the Six of Swords, Science, which this is like moving on from a bad situation to a better situation. It's interesting that it's science in this deck, but it's also interesting that we also have this snake again. So, you know, this transition and also the swords are all going into this heart. So it's almost like this huge drama is going to explode, and it's going to like release this serpent. I've never gotten that from this card. The serpent is going to awaken, and like the whole situation is going to just like shift. And we have the Ace of Swords. The truth is coming out. So it's like, what I just got from all of this is this huge explosive drama happening. And meanwhile, this person who's kind of in the right, who's already done all the work and doesn't really need to like try to force their will on the situation. Meanwhile, they're just like, they don't even care. They're just doing their work. They're doing their thing. And they're just letting things play out. That's kind of what I'm getting. But meanwhile, there's like massive resistance, explosive drama that's happening. And this person's like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. Like, I'm making it happen. I'm just focused on my work. Don't really care about all this drama. That's not my thing. And, you know, and it just by shifting their focus to that, it's just going to make the truth even more abundantly clear to everyone, the world and whatnot. So, I think that's really interesting advice, you know. Focus on your gifts. Focus on what you are here to do, and just allow whatever's going to happen, it's just going to be what it is. And trust that justice is going to be served in this situation. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to the Work Your Light Oracle for a final message here. This is pretty interesting. Wow. This is epic. Okay, we got at the bottom, we get Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So yes, trust that everything is happening in it according to this divine plan. You know, there's nothing that needs to be done for this person. Just focus on what your gifts are, what you're here to do, and just keep it that simple, because there is some crazy drama that's about to play out. Like, you don't really need to like get sucked into it. You're gonna be released from whatever this is, because the truth is gonna be clear. So, you know, don't give all your energy to whatever explosive drama is playing out. Focus on yourself. Like, that's a really important, I think, I don't want to say strategy, but way of being that's going to make this transition as comfortable as possible to walk through. But we got align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? You know, obviously the situation is not working for this person. They're all fragmented. Like, this is completely dysfunctional, and some things are going to have to like get sorted out. And that looks to be what's going to happen. But there's obviously some huge like interference that's blocking that from happening. That's going to have to be what looks like forcefully removed. Okay, and then we have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So don't worry, the universe has got your back. Focus on this. Things are going to work out. You've already done all the work. This is just happening to like liberate you so that you can go forward on your path. So it's going to be an unsettling moment, but ultimately this is a good change that's happening. So hopefully that's helps to make this a little bit more digestible, because this looks like it's going to be like a pretty consequential shift that's going to be really explosive and fiery and dramatic. But for the person who is ascending in the situation, there is a peaceful path. So, you know, stay focused on that and let the pieces fall where they may, and you're going to be just fine.